Good evening. I'd like to call this special meeting of the El Monte City Council to order. The time is approximately 6:10 p.m. on this Tuesday, June 9, 2015. Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mayor Andre Quintero.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Bar Patel.
Present.
Councilman Jay Gomez.
Here.
Councilwoman Norma Macias.
Here.
Councilwoman Vicky Martinez. She's on her way.
Very good. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any objection? Seeing none, the agenda is adopted. At this time, I'd like to call on Pastor Daisy Swan, a police chaplain. She'll be leading us this evening in the invocation. And then Degas Peters from the El Monte National Little League will lead us in the flag salute. Please stand.
Good evening to all of you. It's such a blessing for me to be here at this special event tonight. And you all look so happy and ready to receive a public thank you for all that you have given. Shall we pray? Almighty God, we invite your presence here tonight. With your help, the organizations represented here tonight will be recognized for the good things they have done to make El Monte a better, friendlier, happier, productive city to live in. You have given people many talents, gifts, desires, money, and eagerness to serve you in this city, and we are very grateful. As we enter into the evening activities, we ask your blessing on all things that take place. And we pray this in the name of our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Degas Peters? Oh, hi.
Start it off for him. Thank you, everyone. Those in uniform, please salute. Those not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to God of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To begin this evening's presentations, I'd like to call on Mayor Pro Tem Bart Patel, who will be making a presentation this evening to resident and former council member Patricia Wallach, and former mayor Patricia Wallach.
Thank you. I have the distinct honor and on a selfish note, a personal pleasure of introducing a person, a resident, a leader of the community, an elected official. In my opinion, one of the greatest elected officials to serve our community, and did it with an open heart, did it with transparency, accountability, and did it with class and diplomacy. And that's a great standard for any elected official to attain. Tonight, we're honoring a person who has dedicated her life to service. We know her as the previous mayor and councilwoman of El Monte, Mrs. Pat Wallach. But what many may not know is that she's been part of the El Monte Women's Club for more than 21 years. Time flies, Pat. As all Women Club members, we strive to serve the students of this great city by raising funds for scholarships. For the past 10 years, Pat has created successful ways to present the annual Women's Club fashion, raising thousands of dollars over this time. Well, I forgot to mention that Pat Wallach's also a fashion designer too, and that's why she brought a lot of sense to the council. So thank you for that too. And this year, the Women's Club gave out over $15,000 in scholarships to the students of El Monte Union High School District. In her early years, Pat tutored elementary students, as well as participating in the Read Aloud program through the El Monte City School District. She was even a principal for the day and giving back to the youth of our community. I think, Pat, after you became a principal, you said, for the day, you said, that's not for me, I'm going to go straight into politics. Okay, but it was a great learning curve for you to go through that. Sheila, can I please get the certificate? Thank you. It's a pleasure to present this certificate from the City of El Monte to Pat Wallach for her commitment and service to the children and community of El Monte. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mrs. Pat Wallach. I have a certificate over here, but I think and it's signed by the entire council, but I think, the introduction said it all. And maybe, Ms. Wallach, you can say a few words if you would like, please.
You know what happens when you give a politician a microphone, for crying out loud? How much time do I have? When does this stop? When is this over with? 10 o'clock? Okay. Be prepared. I really thank you for this honor. It's my pleasure to serve this community, and I've just been so thrilled to be able to do it, to tell you the truth. With working with the school districts and becoming a school board member, and also council and mayor, it's just been a thrill to service this community. And really to work with so many people, and I really am thrilled. And I just want to let you know I'm still involved. I'm working right now on 2 of the oversight committee boards that is handling the redevelopment dissolution or dissolving. And I work with Rosemead and also with South El Monte. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure working with most of the people on this district, this Diaz, and also with the community and the staff. Thank you. Before I leave, I'd just like to thank you again, and also thank my family, or 2/3 of my family that are here. My daughter Tracy is here in front row, and my son Darren, he's with the LA County Fire Department, and he was able to get loose for a while to come over, so I appreciate that. Thanks.
And now for our next presentation this evening, presentation to Seniors of the Year. I'd like to call on Councilman Juventino J. Gomez.
Good evening. Come on, gee. You know, some of you people are upset, I know, because there was no cookies with the coffee. Anyway, you know, I have the honor of making a presentation to a couple of our dynamic seniors. One is an outgoing senior for Senior of the Year. And let me tell you a little bit about this lady. Janice Marie Wiggins White is a resident of El Monte. She is a direct descendant of the Pioneer Wiggins family. She graduated from El Monte High School, and we're not going to talk about the year, but it was just recent. Janice has been a strong supporter of El Monte Union High School Reunion Committee for decades. She continues to support and volunteer her time. Janice is currently on the El Monte Historical Society Board of Directors, has served as president, and currently is treasurer. She has worked tirelessly to preserve our museum historical heritage. Janice serves on the Board of Directors of El Monte Cemetery Association, of our community's pioneer cemetery known as Savannah Memorial Park. Janice is a member of the El Monte Red Hat Society that works endlessly supporting our troops by corresponding and sending care packages for hundreds of our men and women in uniform. This lady is a leader in this community. She continues to work, to volunteer, to support this city and beyond this city. Just alone and what she does for our men and women that serve our country is remarkable, and all that she does as an American. Let me have Janice Wiggin White up here for a second so I can make this presentation. How about a big round of applause? Take your time. We got to 10 o'clock. This is a certificate, again, from the City Council, from the Mayor and the City Council to Ms. White for all she does and all she continues to do. Would you like to say a few words? If you like.
Okay, just a few. I'm not a politician, so I won't be too long. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who voted for me, and I love this city, and I've been here all my life, and I want to thank everybody that's here, and I also want to congratulate Bob Wayne for coming in and taking my place.
You want to go over here and take a picture?
Oh, okay.
Now, let me tell you a little bit about our incoming Senior of the Year. You know, it's really super when we can acknowledge our seniors. These are the individuals that while you may be at work in your day job, these young seniors are working to help our community. And, you know, I'm a senior, so, you know, I want to join the group here. But it's really phenomenal what they do. Mr. Robert Wayne was and raised in El Monte, where he graduated from El Monte High School. Mr. Wayne served the El Monte City School District for nearly 40 years as a teacher and then as an outstanding principal, including many years at Gidley School and Rio Hondo School. For the last 15 years, Mr. Wayne and his wife have worked to serve the needs of seniors through their very active involvement with the Meals on Wheels program. That is phenomenal. Several years ago, when Meals on Wheels disbanded, listen to this, Mr. Wayne led efforts to keep Meals on Wheels in operation. He used his own money to pay for legal expenses to establish a nonprofit status for Meals on Wheels. He became a certified food handling instructor, and he purchased several thousands of dollars of necessary equipment to run Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels could not have succeeded without Mr. Wayne's tireless efforts and countless sacrifices. Let me bring up our incoming Senior of the Year, Robert Wayne. How about a big hand? Thank you. Would you like to say a few words?
I wouldn't be standing up here without the efforts of a lot of people. I'm just one person, but we have about 30 volunteers in Meals on Wheels. And some of them are here tonight. A lot of them have blue shirts on that have Meals on Wheels on the back of them. Meals on Wheels volunteers, stand up. I know that some of you are here. Thank you. I also want to thank someone who probably deserves half of this award, or honor, is my wife, Joanne. She's dancing. Another thing that happened just recently, we celebrated our 61st wedding anniversary last Friday. So. And one more comment. I want to thank the City Council. They gave us the opportunity to work with the Senior Center with the food distribution delivery. And we were strangers at the Senior Center. but they have opened their arms to us, and we have a real good situation there. I can't say enough about the staff at the Senior Center, from Sandra, Jessica, Jennifer, Nancy, and Maria. All the people there have just opened their arms up for us to help us help the seniors in El Monte. And the seniors in El Monte are pretty perfect people. They have a future, not just a past. End of my comment.
Robert, would you take a picture with us? Would you take a picture?
And for our next presentation, I'd like to call upon Councilwoman Norma Macias regarding the 2015 Special Olympics.
I just have to lift this up slightly. Good evening, everyone. What a special evening. We are recognizing truly amazing people that make this community great. It's so nice to see former Councilwoman Pat Wallach here. I don't know that this community will ever truly be able to appreciate all of her hard work. So let's please give her another round of applause. In my mind, that recognition is long overdue. And thank you and congratulations to all the other special people that we're recognizing today. I have the pleasure of recognizing a very unique individual in our community today. Her name is Laura Cook. Yes, please, let's give her a big round of applause. This is a very special, exciting year. The 2015 Special Olympics is being held this summer. Not only is it being held in the United States, it's being held here in Los Angeles. And one of our members of our community is going to participate, and that is Laura Cook. Let's please give her a big round of applause. Very, very special recognition. And I'm so glad she's coming up here, because she truly is a role model and my hero. Okay, I'm going to just say a few things about all the amazing things that you have done. There will be over 7,000 athletes from 177 countries, and Laura will be among them. El Monte will be among them. And she will proudly represent the United States. Laura started Special Olympics when she was 11 years old and a special education student at Twin Lakes School. At that time, she was content to compete in the 50 and 100-meter races. However, she decided that she wanted to run for the 1,500-meter, which is just 100 meters short of a mile race. After convincing her parents, she began training and competing in the 1,500-meter races for Special Olympics. She also participates in 5K community runs. This year, she was partnered with Olympians Kobe Jones and Sky Christopherson for a relay in the LA Marathon. In June, Laura will compete with her local team, San Gabriel Valley Special Olympics, at the Southern California Special Olympics Summer Games, and now her dream is realized. She will compete in the 2015 Special Olympics World Games in track and field. Laura will go for the gold in the 1,500 meter, 800 meter, and the 4 times 100 relay. Congratulations to Laura. Let's give her a warm round of applause. I know we will be back here recognizing you for winning the gold medal and bringing it home. So, Laura, I have this special certificate for you, and it reads, come on over here, Certificate of Commendation presented to Laura Cook in recognition of your extraordinary accomplishments as a Special Olympian for 28 years, competing in track and field events. Your talent and dedication make you a role model and inspiration to our community. We, the undersigned, are extremely proud of all of your accomplishments and extend our heartfelt congratulations and wish you much success on this invitation to compete in your first Special Olympic World Summer Games on behalf of the citizens of the friendly city of El Monte, the end of the Santa Fe Trail, dated this 9th day of June 2015 in the city of El Monte, County of Los Angeles. And so would you like to say a few words?
My dream has come true.
We're so proud of you.
At this time, I'd like to call upon Councilwoman Victoria Martinez, who will provide some recognition to some of our sports teams.
There must not be an applause because I walked in late. I swear it was for good reason. Thank you very much for that welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, the continuation of celebrations is happening. I was fortunate enough to spend the early evening at Durfee School, providing the commencement and inspiration for the 8th graders. So my apologies for not being here to celebrate you, Mrs. Wallach. But we continue to celebrate you and your contributions. And I'm really happy to be here to see you, Mrs. Janice White Wiggins White. I always mix those up. But you know what? Congratulations, Mr. Wayne. I got here right in time, so I'm here along with you for the rest of the celebration. Many of you know that youth sports holds my heart, and I think that it's a very important piece of our community, that we encourage our young people to play sports, to be active, to understand the ideas of teamwork, dedication, commitment. But I think that those 3 values can't be taught to these young people unless the people who are providing them as a coach or a manager have those in their hearts. Teamwork, commitment, dedication. What we're honoring today, who we are honoring today, is 7 special individuals who've given their time to the Almani Jets or to Almani National. And I'm sure you'd agree that there's 100 volunteers that we could honor tonight. But to those 7, you've got a special little birdie who wanted to make sure that you got recognized. So to that little birdie, thank you. With that, let's go ahead and get started recognizing some of these incredible coaches that have donated their time. This first one actually happens to work for the city of El Monte. I'm looking around the room for her. And there she is. For her dedication and devotion as the team manager for the T-Ball Pirates of Almani National Little League, and for AD for the Almani Jets football 2015 season, Yuri Gayona Montelango, come on up so we may recognize you. For those of you who don't know, Yuri is also very involved with the Santa Float program, donating her time on numerous evenings to make sure that our families get the opportunity to see the float coming through your streets. So Yuri, thank you so much for all your time. Good to see you. This next award for his unwavering commitment, compassion, and stepping up to the plate when you were needed the most as an assistant coach for AAA Pirates, Almani National Little League, and the assistant coach for the Almani Football Jets 2015 season, Frank Velasquez. Got it. So serving the community must run in the family. And sometimes it's best to actually have a family member right alongside you coaching. And this might speak to their parenting, to their parents as well. Because if these people have the ideas of commitment, dedication, and teamwork, you can know that they're also passing these on to the young people in our community. This particular man who's there for the kids and gives his heart and soul, and a man who stepped up to the plate also as an assistant coach for the AAA Pirates of the Almani National Little League, as well as an assistant coach for the Almani Jets football 2015 season, Irvin Gayona. All right. AAA Brewers coach for the El Monte National Little League, a man whose love for his son is far deeper and greater than he would teach the game of baseball by being the example to others as a coach for the AAA Brewers. Mr. Marco Velasco, come on up. Thank you so much. You know what? I feel like getting my coaching hat on and saying, come on, hustle up, let's go. Marco, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. All right, this next recipient is of no relation, but I'm always proud when there's a Martinez that's donating their time and being a part of the community. This particular coach inspires courage, compassion, and strong moral fortitude with the kids he coaches, even if they're not on his team. Coach Martinez is the purest example of a Little League coach and a shining example to his team and family with the AAA Brewers. Coach Martinez, Paul Martinez, come on up. Coach, thank you so much. Oh, pleasure. Okay, thank you. And this last award goes to a woman who, we always talk about the team moms, right? And team moms take a special role. It's a volunteer role, and it's one that often goes unrecognized. So with that, a devoted and loving mother who answered the call of the kids for her son to be the team mom, AAA Pirates, El Monte National, Maribel Guerra Peters. Come on up. It's pretty amazing when we get to see them. Please take plenty of pictures because this is not what they look like on the baseball or the football field, right? Ladies and gentlemen, throughout our community, you'll see people who volunteer their time to coach cheerleading, softball, soccer, football, baseball, gymnastics, or dance. Most of the time, these people are volunteers. And you gotta know that we as a community are better because of the time they spend out on the field showing our young people important qualities of life and characteristics. So again, a round of applause for these 7 and to all the coaches that serve our community. Thank you so much.
At this time, I have the honor of giving some special recognition to 2 Los Angeles County Commissioners appointed by Supervisor Hilda Solis, representing the 1st Supervisorial District. Supervisor Solis has hundreds of appointments that she's responsible for in the 1st District, and she's chosen 2 of El Monte's residents to serve on a couple of commissions. And I'd like to first call up Mike Gomez, Consumer Affairs Commissioner, but before you do, let me see. Little introduction. When you see Mike, some of you might recognize him from his long work in theater and film. Mike Gomez is a professional actor who for the last 40 years has worked on hundreds of projects on television, film, and in theater. A longtime community activist, Mike has served the city of El Monte on a number of commissions and committees over the years. In El Monte, he's served as an interim planning commissioner, cultural commissioner, chair of the Measure GG Tax Oversight Committee, member of the Centennial Celebration Committee, the Arts and Public Places Committee, and the Public Access Committee, the Sewer Committee, among others. He is a member of the Screen Actors Guild of American Federation of Radio and TV Artists, SAG-AFTRA, since 1975, Mike, my whole life. Mike is, I'm not saying you're old, you're just, I was born in 75. Mike has served as an alternate on the SAG Board of Directors, a member of a number of SAG-AFTRA committees, and is a longtime member of the Academy of TV Arts and Sciences, Emmys, where he has been a 3-time Academy Governor's appointee on the Performers Peer Group Committee. He currently serves on the board of the El Monte Promise Foundation and on the advisory committee to the Mexican American Opportunity Foundation, and has supported such nonprofit organizations as the March of Dimes, Nosotros, and the American Red Cross, among many others over the years. We are honored to have as one of our residents Mike Gomez. And Mike, I'm going to call you up together so that I can present both recognition to you and to our next honoree, who was also appointed to a county commission. Now, Mike was appointed to the Consumer Affairs Commission. Our next honoree, Mr. Jerry Velasco, was appointed to the Los Angeles County Commission on Government Services. Jerry is currently serving as our city treasurer. And I often say that Jerry was having an impact on my life before he even knew he was having an impact on my life, and I'll explain that in a second. He's worked professionally in the entertainment industry for over 40 years as well. As an actor in film, television, and theater, and as a producer, publicist, manager, and as president of Nosotros, Ricardo Montalban's organization, is a co-founder of the organization with Ricardo Montalban. That was the organization that many don't know was influential in my life. When I was a young boy, I was in a play produced by the Nosotros organization. And it gave me a great opportunity to not only learn theater and arts, but I also had a chance to get a commercial out of that. And so I appreciated what you did for not just me, but for generations of Latino actors and actresses. He has been a longtime community activist, always working for the rights of the community so that they can have equal access to employment, equal access to equitable benefits, and has worked, supported, and has served many nonprofit organizations locally, regionally, and nationally. His passion for the nonprofit sector has been in Jerry's heart since he met his mentor, the late actor Ricardo Montalban, in 1975. Sounds like 1975 was an important year for all of us. Jerry has also served on the national and local boards of Screen Actors Guild and American Federation of TV Radio Arts. In 2012, Jerry entered the political arena to try and make a difference in his community through his experience in the arts. In 2011-2012, he served as an El Monte Planning Commissioner, and in 2013, he was elected as the City of El Monte Treasurer. Jerry still finds the time to continue to serve on numerous boards for nonprofit organizations, and he will now be joining a new board with the County of Los Angeles. So if I can call both Mike Gomez and Jerry Velasco up, let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations. These certificates of appreciation are presented to Mike Gomez and Jerry Velasco in recognition of your appointment as commissioners for the Los Angeles County 1st Supervisorial District. Your appointment will help create awareness, educating consumers, in Mike's case, and recommendations for implementation of alternatives to local services and procedures, in the case of Mr. Velasco, to the County of Los Angeles. We, the undersigned, are very proud that you will be representing our community during your distinguished service and wish you the very best on behalf of the community of the friendly city of El Monte, the end of the Santa Fe Trail. And it's dated this 9th day of June, 2015, in the city of El Monte, County of Los Angeles, state of California, and it's signed by the entire city council. To both of you, thank you and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Thank you, sir. You want to say a couple words?
Yes. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank the City Council, City Clerk, Jonathan Haas, Victoria Martinez, Norma Macias, Juventino Gomez, Barb Patel, Mayor Pro Tem, and Andre Quintero, our mayor, and Sheila Crippen, and the entire staff for putting this event together. And all of you for being here, whether you came for me or you came for Mike or for everybody else, but you're all here, and thank you very much for this recognition. And I know that when I first we were talking about this appointment, local government services. I wanted to serve in a commission. Everybody knows me as the arts, but I wanted to serve in a commission where I'll be effective towards the city and see how we could benefit from this appointment. And of course, any appointment, all appointments are good, they're all important, but I think that government service is very important because there's a lot of services that we can look into that the county can provide assistance to us. Thank you very much for this honor. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight, and I certainly want to thank our city council tonight, Mayor Quintero, Councilman Gomez, Councilwoman Martinez, and Macias, Councilwoman Macias, and Councilman Bar Patel. Thank you so much for this truly unexpected honor. I really did not expect it. And I have to tell you just very quickly that I'm very blessed. I feel very blessed and very lucky to be up here. This was and is a very unexpected honor for me. And I can tell you that just being involved here in the city of El Monte really has given me a history of civic involvement. And I'm very blessed to be a part and have been a part of this community for such a long time, almost 30 years. And this particular appointment, I also feel very blessed and very thankful to Supervisor Hilda Solis, because this commission, Consumer Affairs, I feel is very, very important for us. This is the first time that our district, first district, has ever been represented on this commission. And so I think it is very, very important, not only for us in the first district, city of El Monte, but of course for the residents of the county of Los Angeles. And again, I'm honored. It's an unexpected honor, and I feel very blessed to be a part of this community, and thank you very, very much.
I'd like to call upon our police chief, David Reynoso, who's going to lead us. He's going to lead us in some very special presentations. Chief.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. My name is David Reynoso. I'm the Chief of Police. I'm truly honored to be here tonight to recognize some of the men and women, really, that work for our police department, for your police department, and also to recognize two special young citizens. And in particular, these young citizens that I'll be recognizing here in a minute, what I want people to understand is they're our future. So when I read what they've done, you'll see that we'll be in good hands. So I'll go ahead and start by recognizing Detective Adam McGurgle for the Meritorious Service Award. Detective Adam McGurgle has been a member of the El Monte Police Department. Has been a member of the El Monte Police Department for 14 years. In 2011, the El Monte Police Department entered into a joint operation with the DEA investigating a local El Monte gang. During the 4-year investigation, Detective Gurgle led the investigation and coordinated resources for multiple agencies to obtain a thorough understanding of the depths of the criminal organization. The joint operation efforts led by Detective Gurgle resulted in the federal indictment of 34 defendants. Detective Gurgle's role in leading this investigation was key to the overall success. Detective Gurgle displayed exceptional service to his chosen profession and our society to remove those who prey upon our communities. Detective Gurgle, thank you. Next, I would like to recognize Officer Hector Hernandez for the Life Saving Award. Officer Hector Hernandez is no stranger to using his CPR skills to save the lives. On 2 occasions, he's been successful in saving a person's life by performing CPR. On December 27, 2012, Officer Hernandez was at his local gym when he went to the aid of a man named Max Balthazar, who had collapsed to the ground suffering from a heart attack. Officer Hernandez began administering CPR to the man until the fire department arrived. Mr. Balthazar recovered and is alive today as a result of the Officer Hernandez's actions. But wait, there's one more. On the morning of Tuesday, December 16, 2014, Officer Hernandez was dispatched to a call at Peck Road and Ranchito Street regarding a male adult not breathing. The 37-year-old male was a passenger in a vehicle who had gotten unconscious as he was being driven to a hospital by his wife for having chest pains. Officer Hernandez was the first emergency unit to arrive. Officer Hernandez climbed inside the vehicle and began CPR until emergency medical personnel arrived. Later that day, the man was in intensive care of a nearby hospital and in stable condition. Officer Hernandez, thank you. Next, I would like to recognize Sergeant Brett Lakin for the Life Saving Award. On Thursday, August 14, 2014, Barry Waters of Huntington Beach went to Boca Chica State Beach for a little boogie boarding. He caught a wave and struck a sandbar, causing him to break his neck and become unconscious in the water. He began to drown as a result of his injury. Sergeant Lakin was on his day off surfing. He saw two males struggling with Waters' lifeless body in the surf. Lakin swam over to assist these men and gaining control of Waters' body and helped pull him out of the surf onto the beach. Lakin began administering CPR chest compressions. He administered CPR until firefighters arrived and lifeguards arrived on the scene. Mr. Waters regained consciousness and has recovered from his injuries. Sergeant Lakin, thank you. Next life-saving award will be to Sergeant Doug Knight and Jailer Kelly Martin. On Saturday, February 28, 2015, a male adult inmate attempted to strangulate himself while inside the Amani Department's detoxification cell. Jailer Kelly Martin was conducting one of his regularly scheduled inspections of the jail. Jailer Martin observed the inmate lying on the floor near the toilet and attempted to obtain a verbal response from him in an effort to see if he was okay. Jailer Martin received no response from the inmate. He saw the inmate was displaying purple discoloration to his face and entered the cell. The inmate had placed pieces of his t-shirt around his neck and tied it to a toilet fixture in an attempt to hang himself. Jailer Martin freed the suicidal inmate from a self-fashioned noose. Martin requested assistance and Sergeant Knight arrived to assist. Both Jailer Martin and Sergeant Knight began life-saving efforts. The inmate survived his suicide attempt. Thank you. The next award will be a DUI award. I'll be recognizing three officers at one time. Officer Rick George, Officer Jared Atkinson, and Officer Jeffrey Fullington. On April 9, 2015, Motor Officer Rick George, Officer Jeffrey Fullington, and Officer Jared Atkinson were recognized and honored for their efforts to stop the crime of driving under the influence. The recognition was jointly given by the California Office of Traffic Safety, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and the Los Angeles County Avoid Coalition. Each of these officers was required to make at least 24 DUI arrests in 2014 in order to achieve this distinction. Officer George made 74 DUI arrests, Officer Atkins made 29 DUI arrests, and Officer Fullington made 27 DUI arrests. Next, I have two Community Hero Awards, and these are the ones I spoke about in regards to the young people. Before I move on, I just want to speak briefly of the officers and our jailer. Just want the community to know the kind of people we have serving you. And I'm truly honored to be up here to represent the police department and our city in recognizing these people. So now our Community Hero Award. The first one is to Stephen Bermudez. Stephen? Stephen Bermudez is a 15-year-old Temple City resident who was a passenger in the car driven by his grandmother, Janice, on April 10, 2015. His grandmother was traveling westbound on Lower Azusa Avenue, near Coswell Road, when she fell ill and lost consciousness. The car drifted and struck a curb and sideswiped a power pole. The car bounced off the pole and then started to head back towards the center dividing line of Lower Azusa and into oncoming traffic. Bermudez quickly grabbed the steering wheel with one hand. He began steering the vehicle back onto the westbound lanes of traffic while reaching the brake pedal with his other hand to stop the vehicle. If not for Steve's quick reaction to the situation at hand, a major head-on collision is almost certain to have occurred. Well done, Steve. Thank you. The next Community Hero Award will be for Jasmine Zavala, one of our police explorers. Jasmine. Jasmine Zavala is a police explorer with the El Monte Police Department. On April 18, 2015, Jasmine was on ride-along with police officer Jared Atkinson. They responded to a person displaying bizarre behavior on the 12,000 block of Schmidt Road. Upon their arrival, the suspect suddenly and violently attacked Officer Atkinson. His radio was knocked from his control. He was unable to request his need for emergency help. Explorer Zavala used the police unit radio to broadcast an officer needs help and advised the officer's location in a professional and calm tone. Explorer Zavala updated information to the other police units as they arrived on scene, and the suspect was taken into custody. Officer Atkinson said Zavala's discipline experience and quick action helped to avoid what could have been a lethal confrontation. Supervisors, dispatchers, and officers commented the actions of Cadet Zavala were professional and a direct result of her commitment to the Explorer program. Cadet Zavala, thank you.
And for our last presentation this evening, I have the honor of presenting recognition to a student who lives here in the city of El Monte. She received a very special distinction. She's the 2015 annual Congressional High School Art Competition winner. This contest provides an excellent opportunity to recognize the artistic talents of our high school students from the 32nd Congressional District. Alice's art piece was selected first place out of 304 art pieces from 263 different students that represented 19 area high schools. This is the second consecutive year a resident from the city of El Monte has won first place. Alice's art, and this is to Alice Cordon, her art will hang in the Capitol building tunnel where members of Congress and other dignitaries will be able to admire her work for the next year. Alice, if you could please come forward. I had the distinct honor of getting a chance to actually see the art piece myself, and it was just truly extraordinary. So tonight, we have the honor of presenting to you, Alice, this certificate of commendation for your first place win in the annual 32nd Congressional District Art Competition for your work called An Old Man's Dream, which was awarded first place in the annual 32nd Congressional District Art Competition, which recognizes artistic talent throughout our nation. We, the undersigned, extend our heartfelt congratulations for bringing pride to your parents, family, and Sierra Vista High School, where she is a student, and wish you the very best in your future endeavors on behalf of the community of the friendly city of El Monte, the end of the Santa Fe Trail. It's dated today and signed by the entire city council. Congratulations. Alice, would you like to say a few words? She's like, no, that's fine, that's fine. Well, congratulations. And for our last presentation, I'd like to call upon Mountain View High School, KCET, to present on the Community Cause Program. We've got, I believe, some students from Mountain View.
My name is Ivan Menes.
And I'm Cynthia Barajas.
We are the Streets, a team of youth voices students at Mountain View High School in Monte, California. Our community cause is to make the street where our school is located, Parkway Drive, safer for everyone in the community.
Parkway Drive is a street in front of our school. Every day we walk to school through Parkway Drive. It's not an everyday part of our lives, but everyone in our school and those in the surrounding community. This is an issue that is connected dearly to us as it lies right in our footsteps, which is why we selected it. Our project revolved around how Parkway in its present form is an unsafe street. We have been working to see possible solutions to this problem, for it is a large issue affecting who traverses the street. However, the solution is relatively clear. This street needs an overhaul.
So this has a lot of causes. Most notably that it's a wide street with a lot of unclear signage when you're driving around it. So maybe when you're stopping one place, it has a stop sign, but on the other side of the street, it doesn't. So that's one part of the whole the issue.
These are just examples of the dangerous situations on Parkway Drive. The top left photo, we see a student crossing this not so visible crosswalk as a car stops in the middle of the intersection, waiting for the student to cross. The top right picture, we see a student getting picked up in the middle of the road, stopped at a red curb, while we see a police car a few feet away, unaware of the situation. The last photo is a car parked on the red curb, and this was all captured on the same day.
So some of the research we did, it was going to one of the community events hosted by one of the student organizations in our school. It was called Cafe Bibliotech, and here we took surveys, like with these postcards, as you can see, and we asked people to provide their input of what makes a street safe, as you can see. And we had, for example, on the top, we had morning. High school students definitely need a crossing guard. Too many don't know when to stop. And on the lower right, we have basically a bunch of madness. On the sidewalk, you can see that it's crackling, and there's unclear signage.
There is a map provided with us with information on what we should focus on. Participants place sticker dots in the areas of dire importance where action is needed. The red sticker signifies a need for a stop sign, the yellow an urgency of repaint or create a new crosswalk. The blue identifies needs streets or sidewalk repair. Finally, the green sticker signifies the need for trees or green space.